Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Perrisburg. And in today's episode we are going to be detailing the downtown and placing some other blocks inside of it. So we're starting off by laying a tram line through the entire downtown because we'll need some form of public transport inside of the downtown. I was thinking of going for a monorail, but I just found it a bit too modern for this downtown. We'll detail the area around this tram depot in a future episode, but I just wanted to place it so we can actually let trams run through the city. The tram line will connect the central station to other important places in downtown. It will mainly run on the main roads, but it ended up being used a lot, so I think it was the right decision to not let the tram line go through all the small roads and instead get a bus for that. We continue with adding a bus line that will connect the central station to the downtown as well, but then to places that are next to a main road, so more inside the downtown. There will be a few places where you can change from the bus to the tram, but the bus is mainly to really get inside the downtown and not stay on the main roads like the tram does. Now we've done that, we are starting on detailing the downtown, and this first block is just a casual block with some parking lots and trees and other stuff, as it's between two tall skyscrapers and it doesn't make a lot of sense to put condos next and in these buildings. You see me placing some trees and planters over here, and I did it a lot in this downtown. Most of it is cut out though to not make the video boring and very repetitive. So if you see some empty spaces, I probably filled it up later on off camera or just cut it out of the video. We just place a few of these bushes in pots next to this tower to create a little bit of variation from the planters and trees that we have everywhere in the downtown. So now we are placing a few condo blocks to fill in the empty spaces in this part of the downtown. Most of these blocks in this part exist of multiple condos moved into each other just to give some variation on the giant skyscrapers that consist of only one tower. I don't want this downtown to just be a collection of towers, but also to be something interesting to look at. Over here we place a small soccer field in the middle of all the condos and skyscrapers, where kids can play safely and not get ran over by cars and stuff. I believe I put this in the cinematics of the previous video, I apologize for that, but now you get to see the actual build. We add another park over here, but this is more a park to have a nice little walk in and stuff, with a lot of trees and grass and just a lot of nature. So over here we start building a little square in the middle of towers with no big road nearby. It's basically a road leading into it and then a cul-de-sac, and then it goes back out. And this is a pretty forgotten place because it's really hidden from the rest of the world, as there's only one entrance to it. And yeah, this is basically what you could call the backyard of these towers. I got this idea when a building that I placed was too big for the place in the grid, and I really wanted the tower to be in there, so there was no other solution to destroy the road and let it just end in the back of the building. So yeah, then I decided to make this little square or area out of it. For detailing this block, I decided to add a longer planter, which will divide the road from the parking that will be on the other side of the planter. It's pretty realistic to sometimes add these dividing planters between the parking and a normal road, and I just thought it would look really nice. We are adding some benches next to the wall of the building, as I didn't feel like putting another parking lot faced another direction as the other parking lot in this area. And then we get to the next problem, and that was that this building was too big for its place as well. So I decided to mess a bit around with some curbs and make a little border around the place that was sticking out. And then I just added a layer of concrete, a planter, and some bushes. So next up, we start working on the gigantic park between these two roads. It will basically be one walking path completely to the other side of this whole park, and then trees next to it. So this is a park for people that want to walk a bit or just don't feel like taking the car or public transport to a place on the other side of downtown and don't want to walk the entire distance next to the road. Over here you see me place a parking garage, as it's two really tall buildings and I think a parking won't be enough. So we add a parking garage, And while we are doing that and detailing some other stuff, I want to talk about the downtown, because we're not going to finish it in this episode. It's just too big to finish in 2 episodes. And I feel like I've spammed you guys enough with downtown content. I think it won't be fun for you guys to watch another downtown video. So I'm probably or going to do it off camera, or I'm going to live stream parts of it, and yeah, just let me know what you think of it. I maybe will do some small parts in a video, but I want to a video that will be that specified on the downtown as this episode and the previous one. In the next episode we won't be building in the downtown, most likely on the other side of the highway. Probably going to build something like a low-rise office district. I'm not sure about that yet, but for now I'm just going to leave you guys with a nice time lapse, as there's not much to say about the detailing that I'm doing right now. We're finishing off the last detailing things, and yeah, that's it for this episode. We did a very large part of the downtown, at least we detailed it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment under this video, and then I'll see you in the next video.